I wish I could film this in front of a Christmas tree, but my Christmas tree remains bare. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Paulina Maria and it has been a very busy month for me so far. I don't know about your December, but it's been crazy. I've been doing extra shifts at the bookstore and I am barely home. This is the time when we start to think about the best books of the year, and yes, that video is coming as well. But today I want to talk about my favorite booktubers of the year. I actually have not seen anyone doing a similar video, but I think there is a value in that because I would love for my favorite booktubers to do a similar video where they telling us who they are watching, because the tastes will obviously be very similar in terms of the types of books they're reading and the style of presentation. So let's jump in. So first of all, when it comes to education on classics, there are two channels that I would refer you to, and one is Benjamin McAvoy. I rely on him when it comes to reading difficult classics because he's done lots of these individual videos on how to read certain classics. So for example, he did a video titled How to Read War and Peace, and these videos are super helpful. He never gives away any spoilers. Instead, he gives you historical context. They are very extensive and detailed videos. Some of them are about 1 hour long, but this is what I like, actually, going in depth into the context that I need in order to attack a particular classic. And then when it comes to actual classics reviews, my favorite channel of the last few months has been The Diary of a Provincial Lady. The booktuber's name is Kate, and I just love the way she talks about books, but also I love the style of her videos. I am not a particular fan of these super clipped, super fast videos with lots of b-roll, and Kate has this way of talking about books without also giving away too much plot. I don't know if you've noticed in my videos, I am very careful about not to talk about too much about plot of the book. Instead, I like to focus a bit more on the overall themes, because it's not just about giving spoilers. Sometimes you don't need to be giving a spoiler to be giving too much of what happens in the first half of the book. I myself always like to find out for myself, and presumably you viewers, if you like watching this channel, then you are the same. So all of the booktubers I'll be mentioning here, they don't give away too much plot, don't worry. And Kate is definitely like that. Do check her videos. She has an extensive knowledge. She has been a bookseller for many years. She specializes in Victorian classics, historical fiction, and slow reading. So she's one of those booktubers that will probably be unlikely to read 120 books a year. She's very deliberate about her reading, and I just absolutely love her style. So check out her channel. The other channel I really enjoy, but her videos have not been as regular for various reasons. I think she's been very busy with studying literature, is Lucy the Reader. She's probably one of the bigger channels that I will be mentioning here. I just love her enthusiasm and the way she talks about classics. She's very passionate about the Bronte sisters especially, and yes, she's got this very contagiously positive way of talking about classics. Now, for the book reviews, these are my favorite channels. First of all, probably my top favorite at the moment, since I have discovered her, I have watched all the videos back to back, and actually the algorithm has not sent her my way probably a couple of years into me watching BookTube. So this just goes to tell you that there are so many great booktubers out there that maybe we just haven't come come across yet. So maybe this is why a video like this will be helpful. But her name is Jennifer Jelinkova. She's the type of a booktuber that makes me feel, oh, this is how I want to talk about books when I grow up. She is so eloquent. You guys, I dare you to click on her videos and not subscribe and not watch her videos back to back, because again, without giving away too much plot and never any spoilers, she manages to talk about the books in a way where she takes an essence of her experience reading those books, and she also gives it a bit of a personal aspect, and all of it is beautifully wrapped in this super eloquent presentation that feels also very natural. I have written down so many book recommendations just by watching her channel, especially from the videos where she talks about the best books of the year, and they go back as far as 2017. So Jennifer Jelinkova, I think her family comes from Czech because she does specialize in Czech literature, but she reads loads of classics, lots of historical books, historical fiction, just absolutely beautiful and mesmerizing channel about books. Another channel I watch religiously is Angela's Bookcase. I think I've mentioned her on this channel before. She's based in Australia, and I love the way she talks about books, not just because we seem to have similar tastes, but also because her videos are extremely calm and they have this calming effect on me. I really like her videos because she has a super wide range of what she's reading. So similar to me, sometimes it will be contemporary fiction, sometimes it will be classic, sometimes it will be historical fiction, and the way she talks about books is super interesting, but also simple in the best meaning of that word, in that it's not unnecessarily dressed up, it doesn't have frills, you can always understand exactly what she means and what she's saying. And yeah, whenever I get a notification that she posted another monthly reading wrap up, then I'll definitely click on that. Okay, the next category is the booktubers that stole my heart by disliking the same popular books that I dislike. And the first one of them is Lawrence Depp's book list. Now, this is probably the only booktuber on my list here that has a presentation style that involves a little bit faster speaking, which I got used to now, but I really like the way he talks about books and I trust his judgment, because there are quite a few books that he's now mentioned that I feel the same about those books, while majority of people feel entirely differently. For example, The Secret History, the way he put into words what was, in my opinion, wrong with that book, or maybe not what was wrong with that book, but why it didn't appeal to me, just completely convinced me that I have to watch him. And he reads a lot of interesting books. Again, I have expanded my TBR because of his recommendations. Interestingly enough, also, he didn't like The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. I didn't like that book at all. So, you know, it's always a little bit exciting when you discover someone who feels the same way about a particular book, especially when that book is loved by so many people, while you going, oh my goodness, what are they seeing in it? Obviously, everything is a matter of taste, so I don't want you to get upset or feel offended if you do love The Secret History, but that book was never for me. But it's very hard to find people offering a valid critique of that book in a way that you can, you know, relate to. Another booktuber that I diligently subscribed to and started watching her every single video is Ashlyn Cahill. Her channel is called Ash Cahill. Lovely, just really lovely Irish booktuber with super warm personality, reading a huge range of books. So for example, in November she read 11 books, and those 11 books vlogs included the Booker Prize winning book and also the Twilight. And the reason why I started watching her was because she was feeling the same way about My Brilliant Friend as I did. In other words, I didn't get the hype. I read that book, I enjoyed reading it, but now if you asked me what that book was about, I would not be able to tell you. Very, very forgettable book. And again, I know a little bit controversial probably because lots of you love this book and love the whole trilogy, but for me it feels the same way like Anne Patchett's books as well. I read them, I enjoy them, and then I don't remember what they were all about. So that was my hook with Ash. But overall, her channel is fantastic. Like I said, she reads a whole range of books that does include some fantasy as well, which I don't read. So we don't always overlap in terms of what we're reading, but I love watching her. She always brings a smile on my face. And again, she's got a super eloquent way of talking about books. It's always very coherent and really, really enjoyable to watch. I have no idea why she doesn't have more subscribers. I think she's at about 2,000. She's been running her channel for 2 years, and I think she deserves thousands more. So check her out. And now for the category that is more about entertainment rather than education, because I'm talking about vlogs here. For pure entertainment, I like to watch BookTubers just vlogging, I guess. Some people like to watch book hauls. I much prefer vlogs rather than book hauls because I have never in my life read a book based on the fact that someone else spotted. I would read it if they've read it and they're recommending it to me, but I would never go ahead and source it and then read it on the basis that they just showing me that they bought it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so for entertainment, pure entertainment, I like to watch very calm vlogs that, oh, kind of about books, but not exactly. And my two favorite booktubers for that are at Earthling Z and Quirine. Quirine, I think, has quite a big channel by now, while Earthling Z is a much smaller channel. But yes, they both are very skilled at doing these beautiful vlogs that I could never pull off. And Quirine also has loads of videos on books, but what she's reading and what I'm reading is not so much aligned. However, her vlogs are just gorgeous and cinematography is stunning and they just very, very calming. And same with Earthling Z. She does vlogging types of videos rather than videos about books, but she is a serious reader and lots of these videos do relate to reading or writing or thinking about books or life in general. So I highly recommend them. Check them out. So these are all the booktubers that I watch on a regular basis. Obviously, there are many, many more booktubers that I watch, and I will click on the videos when they come across and I thoroughly enjoy them. But if I was to mention each and every single one, this video would be way too long. I wanted to focus on the booktubers that I keep going back to on a regular basis. And please, please, please tell me who it is that you're watching so I can check them out, so I can expand my booktube horizons and enjoy them together with you. Thank you very much, and I will see you next week as always on Friday. Bye for now.